macro for Mythic Seal. It just so that Aurora feels like they controlled more of the map, right? And maybe Mythic Seal can try to do just that with a different set of heroes, maybe more heroes that can give them more vision. YSS priority might be good for them. So let's see if that's going to happen. We are on the draft here for game number 2.
The thing about the drafting earlier from Mythic Seal is that you mentioned the YSS could have been great for them. They decided to lean towards playing for the Lancelot instead. They went for that trade despite the Hayabusa still being open. I think I gotta agree with you at the point where if they could find a way to get more safer vision, might be a good place to start. But this draft is gonna look completely different as Mythic Seal is now on the red side and Aurora in the blue. In game number 1, Mythic Seal decided to priority the Hilda, Kimi, and Lancelot in the first phase. Funnily enough, besides the Hilda, Kimi and Lancelot might actually just be open here for Mythic Seal, because there's a good chance that if it's available for them, Aurora might just sweep and take the Yisun Shin without any hesitation.
Yeah, it works so well, especially since, like we mentioned, they are a team that loves to play on that macro. So having the Yisun Shin on their side, aside from Tianzi, obviously, right? Obviously just being so good on that hero, it feels like it's going to benefit them so much because of the vision, because of the shot calling that Rosa can do. Like, when Rosa says, I want to see where X player is, that can happen anytime, right? So, yeah, 100% Hilda will still probably be highly prioritized, like the Eve. So, let's see.
Yeah. You mentioned the Eve here. I wonder if Aurora are willing to first pick that. I still think they might want to lean towards the Yisun Shin and then just accept that maybe either the Eve or Kimi is going to end up with Mythic Seal, because it seems like that might be the best trade here in the mid lane. Jusin's still available, but we have not seen her yet across any of the streams, if I'm not mistaken. Aurora now has the power of the first choice, but this pick will dictate the trade. If it's not the YSS, maybe Lancelot if they want to.
Yeah, Lancelot still a high prio, or rather high value for most teams. This is very interesting, right? Because Aurora, I think they're trying to preempt the Lancelot or like the Hayabusa, because that's what the Kalei is really good against.
Yeah, those two assassins, the two mid laners on the field. Interestingly enough, this Kalei ended up becoming a very great first pickup. Instead of forcing the decision, they're allowing Mythic Seal to go for the choice. Mythic Seal do pick up the Yisun Shin, but they said, hey, let's pick up one of the best EXP laners that can single-handedly carry the team on its back as a dragon. That is the Yu Zhong locked in for Mythic Seal. So now that makes even a great answer for Mythic Seal, because now it's up to Aurora to decide, wait, are we willing to play the Kimi or the Eve into this Yu Zhong? Are we even willing to play the Farsa? They are.
Okay. It's not often that you see a Yu Zhong and then your coach is like, hey, you want to play Farsa? That's not as common as you think it is, because usually Farsas just hate the Yu Zhong, man. Because the Farsa can easily get cancelled on the Feathered Airstrike.
Yep, 100%. And I think maybe they were a little bit more okay with picking it because they already did ban the Gatot Kacha. If it was a Gatot Kacha and Yu Zhong on the side of Mythic Seal, then a Farsa would have been straight up impossible to play. Or at least you're playing it, you're deciding to give yourself one of the most difficult paths to take in the game. So they said, okay, maybe it's just the Yu Zhong, so we'll be okay with that. Mythic Seal have a lot of options. Ooh, they're hovering a little. If I'm not mistaken, this is a little bit more of a Nico-centered pick. Now we see a Lunox, and now the potential, the potential for us to see Ruby DD with the Lunox is there.
Sheesh. Okay. It's not final yet, guys. Don't get too excited. But yeah, it's been a while, and I'm sure everyone in the comment section is just roaring for this. So I would love to see it. But you're absolutely right. Mid lane Lunox is still the most likely scenario. I'm not sure if Mythic Seal are comfortable with flexing their own heroes in a different role, like going off role, or maybe swap roles. But yeah, it feels like what we talked about earlier is coming true as well. That YSS gonna be high prio, then you can make easier plays with like heroes like the Lunox.
So maybe they're accepting that they might be a little bit of a close range nature, so they take out the Ruby. Could have still been slotted in for Aurora and given the Yu Zhong and the Lunox entries difficulty. So it makes sense. Although, if I'm Aurora, I'm looking towards maybe getting a little bit more basic attack damage in there for the Yu Zhong, or filled in significantly more AoE, so that when he's out of the dragon form, there's a chance, like you have a crowd control window to burst him and lock him down before he can go crazy with the combo, with a tail, with the furious dive and everything.
So that tail, obviously, like, so much Shaw Essence it's gonna be dependent on like how well you can manage that Shaw Essence as well, right? But yeah, in terms of like matchups, Lapu Lapu is still probably the highest you can go in terms of XP lane. But you're right. There's also like other options that can be quite available. The Badang ban really threw me off, honestly. Like, interesting, really.
I'm trying to remember if this is a boy-centered ban. Or maybe this is something that they experience a lot in MTC. Obviously for you and myself, like, we did not get to see a lot of Badangs anymore in MPL Philippines Season 16, so it is a bit of a question mark. Let's see, maybe once we get into the last two picks, we'll get an idea of why that really was banned out. Now, the Roam and the potential mid-end gold are not seen yet because of that Lunox is a flex pickup. Good ban of the Grok. Would have been a really great access into the jungle. Now, though, I think Hylos has to be the pick here for Mythic Seal. You need something with Revitalize to match the healing of the Kalea.
Oh, I love that. You also just want a steamroller, right? You want a steamroller this lineup, especially if the Farsa is gonna go Feathered Airstrike. Oh no, you're not Feathered Airstriking. Maybe release a salvo. That's all you can be given. Although it is Rosa.
Yeah. Esmeralda gets locked in, and I think that half confirms that Hylos will be the last pick later on for Mythic Seal. Esmeralda, though, in the gold lane, are they preempting something here? Were they preempting a Harith pick?
Or are they cooking with maybe mid lane Esme? I don't know, maybe, right? So definitely no marksman in this game except for Yi Sen Shin, weirdly enough. But yeah, like we mentioned, the Lapu Lapu gonna get shown up here. A spicy roam. Wait, what pick is that? Not okay, never mind. I thought they were gonna swap it out, but yes. Lapu Lapu gold and Uranus XP, I'm assuming.
It might be the other way around. Uranus gold is a little bit more frequent than Lapu gold. But again, that's the tough thing about these two, because you can also make a case, as you mentioned, for the Lapu Lapu gold as well.
Yeah, it's solvable.
Yeah. Actually, no matter where they go, that Esmeralda is happy. It's like, okay, we can just swap it out. Oh, no way.
Ahoy!
No way? No way?
Come
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Not playing
Oh,
with
come
our
on.
hearts, bro.
Give us an Estes. I want to see how good the Estes is now with the changes to it. Mathilda actually would be more than decent.
That would be bonkers, true. But yeah, Hylos feels like it's just so good. It just helps everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone here needs move speed.
Yeah, exactly. I actually forgot about that thought too. The slow as well would be fantastic. Oh, but they lock in the Kaja. They want to go for pickoff. That means that Lunox is going to be going to the mid. And it is a gold lane Yu Zhong. No swaps. And a gold lane Lapu Lapu, as you called it.
All right. So, again, you can kind of just swap out, right? You're absolutely right. These teams, they can just swap out in between each other. And they will be fine. They should be fine. But yeah, I'm not sure 100% about this Kaja. It feels like not the best. Not the best in this lineup. But if you want to make pickoffs happen early on, Kaja's the way to go. It just feels like a Hylos would have been a lot better. Like, speed up a lineup that's almost all close range. I'm not sure, bro. But yeah, Aurora Gaming still feels like they got ahead in this one.
Let's see if they'll be able to end it out here on a sweep, or if Mythic Seal can force a game number 3 it will really have to depend a lot on the interactions with the mid trio, the roam, mid, and jungle of each team. Whether or not the pickoff from Mythic Seal or Aurora will be stronger. The damage, they both have it in spades. Should be an interesting interaction. The more I think about it, I think it might just lead towards a little bit more whoever gets to execute better, as cliche as it sounds. Ouch! Yo, Lunar, chill.
Oh man, I can tell. That is just really, really good damage. And this Uranus might not have as fun of a time as most Uranuses do in our current patch, just because of this matchup.
No overly aggressive start for either. No clear lead, although boy, it does have a bit of a... Oh, wait, no. Force out the flicker. That is the lead for Aurora now in the center of the map. There's a chance before the next turtle that they could bring Boy down even lower once he comes back from the base to heal up.
Okay, so Rosa obviously gonna try to slow down this Esmeralda as much as they can. So I'm not gonna be surprised if they just keep rotating from mid to bot to mid to bot, maybe hunt down King Flash.
Yeah.
But so far, in terms of like scaling, King Flash is a little bit ahead of the curve, which you kind of expect with the Lancelot, trying to catch up on the bottom side of the map. So this might be a fight on the mid. Let's see.
Ooh. King Flash brings Rosa down really low. Good start there for Mythic Seal actually for this turtle. That's a little bit of an advantage for them, but Boye still not able to hit level 3 just yet. He had to go recall back to base. Mythic Seal will start things off in the turtle. Lunar is here, but he's also taking a brunt of damage from the YSS and the Lunok. This seems like a really good scenario for Mythic Seal to take this turtle, but Nico gets blasted immediately by Rosa. TNZ gets the retribution in the turtle. Just when we thought it looked great for Mythic Seal, it looked even better for TNZ.
That's right. I mean, it was a good try for Mythic Seal. They tried to burst down Lunar ASAP, right? Like, they want to make sure that Lunar can't join the team fight. But in doing so, I feel like they threw away too much resources in trying to chase him down. But the rest of Aurora Gaming actually found an opening. And again, that veteran experience that you know and love from Aurora, one of the reasons why they just went on that undefeated streak. We're seeing it here, Renmar. You can really feel it.
For sure. Mythic Seal now, their jungle starting to feel really small because that's an entry tsunami slam. King Flash picked off. And that will be early to mid-game, locked in already for Aurora. If Mythic Seal cannot find a mythical pick-off to turn the tides in their favor, Aurora are slowly taking over control in this game, only 3 minutes in.
Which is a lot faster than I thought they would, right? Like, this lineup, you kind of think, oh, you know what? We have to wait for our Uranus to kind of scale up, be more tanky. I don't think we can be aggressive against like a Yuzhong or an Esmeralda, but no, they're doing it. They're doing everything by the book. And honestly, Aurora are way a little bit ahead of the curve, especially on the top side. Again, it should be the Yuzhong doing the bullying, not the other way around.
Perfect rotation by Rosa. And just like that, Ruby DD caught at the wrong spot. He was overly focused on trying to dominate the lane. And eventually he'll be the one getting picked off by the Farsa and the Lapu Lapu together. Mythic Seal now have to accept that they will be waiting for the latter portions of the game to put up a great fight against Aurora, who will be taking control for the next 6 to 8 minutes.
I guess I don't want to blame Mythic Seal too much, especially Ruby DD, because who would have expected like an Aurora will go straight on a head, face first into Yuzhong that early on. So I guess whoa, wait a sec. Whoa, the last hit by Kun. Just when you thought you didn't need to retry, it also forced a bit of a purify there, but bro, what was that?
Yeah, and just like that, Ruby DD and King Flash worked together to pick off Lunar up top. So just like that, actually, now Mythic Seal has changed the story of this game. Just when we thought it was all gloom and doom, Aurora is still getting towers, but Mythic Seal have brought this game a little bit more level towards them. And now there's a chance they might be able to stack these wins for an even bigger one if Aurora lose control And if they get picked off like that, yet again, what a steal by Kun!
Not bad, not bad at all. It's Mythic Seal playing the long game here. Apparently, they're trying to not be too they're not as aggressive as game one. That's for sure, right? Despite having a Kaja, which I thought they'd be non-stop using the moment you get the Divine Judgment, they're playing a lot more conservatively, Renmar.
No.
And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Entry, Tsunami Slam, Kun, punished. A little bit of revenge from Aurora for him taking away their turtle, and just like that, Aurora have turned everything towards their favor yet again. Mythic Seal have yet to put a scratch on the towers. Aurora have already broken two and are slowly pressuring the jungle. King Flash forced to use the Traceless to get away from Pagu. TNZ's here, but he's not able to steal it away. King Flash still gets his purple buff. Aurora will not force anything in the center.
That's right. This Aurora being very conservative as well, considering their, what they have right now with the Uranus. Like, it's not in a very good spot. But if they're together like this, like as a trio like this, it does feel like they can kind of take out any single or two members of Mythic Seal. So that confidence. Oh!
Another pick off by Pagu, and Ruby DD gets eliminated. Boy, it goes down with him. And that could be another one, but the Brilliance saves the Lunox. Kun goes in with a Falling Star move to try and buy time. King Flash enters, but it might be too risky for him. He avoids some stuns, but Lunar flickers forward with the Ionic Edge, taking down the Yi Sun Shin.
Man, this Uranus can really, like, catch you by surprise, yeah? Sometimes you don't expect that much of damage to come through. But then again, the flicker straight to your face, and then just Ionic edges you like for the third time that you didn't notice. And items-wise, definitely Aurora Gaming looking a lot better this time around.
Once Yasuo stacks on you, that Uranus is not going to be afraid to commit the flicker to get the kill, as there is a high chance that the Uranus, time and time again, will be able to get out of there. Probably take some scratches along the way, but he should be fine. And Aurora are looking more than fine right now. Mythic Seal are just desperate, trying to find any angle that they could get a win through. Kun goes in with the Falling Star Moon, takes a lot of health out of Rosa, but Rosa is good. Aurora in control. Mythic Seal will have to try and dig deep to find an answer. Whether it's trading a Lord for more tower pushes, that might be their next best bet. They need some towers down if they want a bit more room.
Yeah, these towers are definitely going to help out in making sure that they have even more control, though. So, again, Nico, watch out. You kind of ate a few Ionic Edge hits there. And there you go, is tower number 2 on mid. Oh, just inhibs remaining.
King Flash gets blasted. Boy, with the Divine Judgment with not enough damage. King Flash was spotted out by TNZ. Initial damage from the Lancelot. He was able to Traceless away, but Pagu went in with the flicker. The Tsunami Slam, the Tidal Strike, the full combo to close the gap, and it was perfect. Speaking of perfect, Aurora looking to continue their perfect streak, as the next Lord March should mean victory for them, or at least a big devastating push to take down all of Mythic Seal's towers.
And that is a big influx of gold. Look at the gold for Aurora Gaming. And again, the amount of ground they cover is insane. Mythic Seal, they're really going to have to dig deep here. Dig deep in the seal for something. I don't know what they're going to find, but they need to use that Kaja, man. I haven't seen the Kaja be as stonks as I think, again, a Hylos would be. I'm not going to stop saying that. It feels like the Hylos is so good. But yeah, they're going to try to go for it. Maybe make something happen. Boy, it didn't even get in time to reach it. Luckily, Aurora actually backed off on the Lord before anything happened, so they didn't lose out too much because of that.
Yeah, just a reset. Even, look, when Aurora are deciding to commit these movements and rotations, are the perfect time where the minion waves don't look that healthy for Mythic Seal. As expected, they give up the Lord, just so that they can get a tower down bottom. Kun needs to back off. At this point, you're not going to get anything anymore. If you give away this kill, that's going to be really bad for your team. Good thing he does get away. And now Mythic Seal have a little bit more of an opening. At the end, that was like the best thing that they can do. The only thing that they can do, actually.
All right, the only the openings that they have, again, kind of just rely so much on the Kaja that I'm not even finding anything else. Like a Falling Star Moon is kind of telegraphed, especially a Black Dragon form. It's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Item check. So, well, most core items seem to be locked in. Definitely looking good. Yeah, Queen's Wings even on that Yu Zhong. And here comes the Lord on mid.
Lord marching in, Boye continue. Oh, but they all get stunned up and knocked up by the title strike of Pagu. Perfect. Boye gets taken out. King Flash and the rest of Mythic Seal had to back off immediately. Seeky Boom with the damage. The Lord finally goes down here, but Aurora is still in control. They are juggling the tower to take down Kun, who is holding on, but eventually the Esmeralda falls. One tower left in base. There are 5 members of Aurora against Mythic Seal's 3. Will it be enough? Tendencies lead to the answer of no, but they are trying. The Yu Zhong Black Dragon form interrupts. There goes the Divine Judgment, but Lunar, that was the Uranus, who is way too tanky at this point to just get bursted down easily. Aurora are still here, looking to end it. Will they have the minions? They will not, and Aurora will slowly back away.
Okay, that looks good for Aurora. Just make sure that you don't get anyone picked off, which is, again, the strength of this lineup should be that you can pick off anyone, suppress one hero with Divine Judgment. Even a Lapu Lapu should be able to walk on out of that one. But again, how do you do that when Aurora are sticking together like glue, like 4-5 men usually? It's so hard to actually isolate the target, despite, again, one of them being a Lancelot.
Yeah, every engagement here, again, with a lineup so heavily centered around the mid trio, heavily centered around getting great Divine Judgments and it getting punished by the Lunox. I mean, if you look at it like layer to layer, if Yu Zhong the Kaja Lunox decides to go for a pull, right? I mean, the Falling Star Moon, the Black Dragon form, the entry with the Fierce Dive, and the Petrify from the Yu Zhong. In terms of that layering, it looks like they should have enough, right? But then that would have worked better if they were up against a lineup that had a marksman. They're up against a Lapu Lapu and Uranus who are more than happy to take that damage. Add to that, they have the Surge of Life healing from the Kalea. Again, it's such demanding execution that you need from this lineup of Mythic Seal that they couldn't even take their condition in the early to mid game.
Just speaking about it kind of just makes you exasperated, doesn't it? It kind of makes your brain tired. So I kind of get why you're going that route. So you're absolutely right. There's just a high ceiling for execution for the Mythic Seal lineup right now. And especially that your opponent is 10,000 gold ahead, by the way. And can kind of just eliminate you with one go just like that. But luckily, he had to Purify. And they will be giving over the Lord, at least for now. You're going to have to make some cross-map plays. If you can't execute and go for a pick-off, you're going to have to make it cross-map, right?
Yeah. They couldn't get a push in the bottom lane, of course, because of the tower advantage. No more base surge for Mythic Seal. So even if King Flash wanted to clear, he said, nah, I need to get out of here. He showed up in bot, only to be seen by the minions. Didn't even get time to deal a substantial amount of damage. Rockhart, is there a chance, or is this it?
This actually might be it. They have very limited wave clear if they're gonna get isolated. If they get divided into 2, right? If this Mythic Seal gets divided into 2, that might be game.
Let's see if it will be. Concealed Boy trying to find an angle, but it's once again Pagu with the title strike. Did not even come with the flicker. Boy is still alive. The stun coming in by Seeky Boom is perfect. He gets pulled back, but the Kaja falls. Seeky Boom goes down again. Another knockup by the title strike, and Aurora are locked in the base. It's another sweep for this day.
And that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. If you're Aurora Gaming, you're very happy with that result. I think every single player in that lineup really played it to its maximum potential. So, Aurora Gaming, congratulations. Apex 47 right there. You see it on the jersey. Very happy with the team's performance. I don't think they need to nitpick on that too much. Man, Mythic Seal, though. Big opportunity lost with that one. I really feel like, again, this is like the nth time I'm going to be saying this. Come on, Hylos, bro. With a lineup that wants to run down your opponents pick a Hylos up, because that Kaja was not stonks. Like the opposite of stonks. I don't know what the opposite of stonks is, but whatever it is, that's it.
Yeah. They just really couldn't get the game plan that they wanted around it. That was 2 games in a row where Nico